All right, so I think we'll begin. The webinar is open, so people can come in and join. Again, if you have any questions, please do use our chat functionality here towards the right-hand side, where you can write some comments or some questions that you may have. I hope this webinar will be helpful to you. We are currently now in this new kind of world with COVID-19's outbreak. So we've all kind of been working from home and trying our best to flatten the curve. I myself, my name is Sarah Vino. I work for a company called Callbridge, and I'm very excited to share our thoughts with you, our ideas. I am located in Toronto, so not sure if I have any Canadians out there, but welcome to our American neighbors. Lovely to have you on here. So let's begin. As I mentioned, due to COVID-19's outbreak in 2019, we've all been staying home, and we've told to help flatten the curve and beat coronavirus together. As a result, companies, large, small, sole proprietor or sole entrepreneurs have had to come up with creative solutions on how to offer things online or repackage and make things profitable. Businesses everywhere are basically finding ways to adapt as more and more employees are working from home. So a few of the industries that we've noticed have really benefited from coming online are places like healthcare, legal, so lawyers and law firms, consulting. Consulting has been one that's become online as well, and real estate, doing showings online. It's just a great way to have a larger outreach and be able to target globally now. So it's kind of bittersweet of what's happened. So this webinar is basically to help you get a better grasp on how you can kind of still have business as usual, or kind of get as close as you can to normal, if you will. And I'm here to share some tools, some ideas, and just some tips to help empower you to open your mind and take action. You can still meet clients virtually, and still be accessible, for example, like your customer support staff and things like that. Again, if you have any questions, please do not be shy. I like to keep these very informal. I'm here to listen, answer your questions. So please do enter them into the chat towards your right-hand side. So, let's jump in. First things first, I think being at home, our structures and routines have kind of had to adapt. So a great way to get set up for the mornings is, your workday is still your workday. So even though you're working from home, you're still expected to perform. Tip number 1, get dressed, brush your teeth, open up your email, and make your normal morning go-to drink. Coffee is mine. So, make your coffee as you would normally. Take lunch. This is a huge one where, because we're just working from home, we tend to kind of dive in and not give ourselves a little bit of a break. So make sure you're staying healthy, taking lunch when you're supposed to, and stick to your routine as much as you possibly can. Next would be get in the zone. I find personally music really helps. We don't have that traditional office banter and conversations at the coffee machine or while we're getting water. So huge thing is, play some music in the background to kind of help keep you focused and keep you motivated and keep you going. The next tip that I would say that I'm also guilty for sometimes not following is taking breaks. We tend to kind of be at our desk, not stand up or, not stretch our legs. So, a nice rule of thumb is work for 25 minutes to 30 minutes and then give yourself a 5-minute break, whether it's to just stand and kind of walk around a little bit to get the blood flowing, or to refresh your coffee, or get some water, or get a light snack. I think this is one that we all kind of take for granted, but it definitely really helps keep the day, live and well. And of course, for your health, that's one of the main things that you want to do, is not be so hard on your body. So those are just a few kind of standard rules to live by, if you want to call them that, or just ways to improve your day to help you stay motivated and keeping you functioning, of course. At the end of the night, turn off your computer. Give yourself some downtime from the technology. Working remotely is wonderful, but it tends to be a little bit draining, when you're on meetings all day or calls all day, or you're just focused on your computer all day. Give yourself time to shut down your devices and, enjoy time with your family, or read a book, or some at-home activities you can do, things like that. So make sure that you are giving yourself the much needed rest you need to keep going and for the next day. Again, if there's any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I am keeping an eye on the chat to make sure if there's anything you wanted to ask, please do feel free to do so. So in today's world, pandemic or not, you don't exist if you're not online, especially in the current state of affairs. The internet is our lifeline to build the world and it's in everybody's home, whether you're a student or kids in school or an adult. It's kind of the new way that we're living now. If you want to be taken seriously, build your image online by increasing your digital presence or enhancing what you already have. What I mean by that is, first and foremost, website. Do you have a website? If you have one, does it need to be updated, redesigned or rebranded? Maybe this is a great time to review the messaging on there. So, A, focus on the website. B, blogs. This I find is really useful. I like to read blogs that would kind of help me be better, tips and tricks, things like that. So is there a blog that you can maybe upload that would be helpful? If you do already have one, see if there's room for improvement or updating. A large one is social media. We are, I think, all on social media, regardless of your age, and tech, I guess, education. So it's nice that we have social media, but use it to your advantage. Are you connecting with your audience well? Can it be a source of drumming up potential business for you? Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, maybe, kind of see what you can do to be creative on those platforms and use them for your advantage, of course. If you've got an e-commerce site, is it being maximized? Ask yourself questions like, are there hard goods that you can be selling, or, offering new sort of things on your site? The next one is creating content. So, how are you engaging with your audience? Are you speaking their language? Are there things you can present online or show online? So creating content and social media, I think, kind of go hand in hand. They can be used together. So those are things to kind of think about. Next on this list that I have is develop online connections. Are there any untapped resources available to you? LinkedIn would be one of them. Different forums that could be available. Just a lot of great free sources. Are you tapping into them and considering them and kind of broadening your horizons to see what resources are available to you? All right. Let's keep going down to, I think being online and utilizing the internet has helped us broaden our search for whether it's clients or business. And it's great to have the internet to be able to do all these things, because you'll probably be tapping into markets that you didn't think of, or connections or customers that you didn't have before. So it's nice to be able to use these tools now. Um, Office space, for example, since most of us have now been working from home, those in the office or people who still have their offices, it could be costly. It does add up. So, working remotely from home, instead of the traditional office space, can be cutting down, office hours. It cuts down commuting. That for me has been a huge thing, where I'm not commuting to the office every day. So I have more time with the family, or have more time to finish off a task for the day. The overhead, that's just comes with the territory. It's saving money there, in regards to not renting out an office space. There's so many more accommodations because we've been online now. So it's really great. These savings could, be used towards your online marketing budget, or be used towards some business strategies that you'd like to use moving forward, and use that budgeting for something that would be beneficial to now our new kind of lifestyle, being online more. Uh, Being online can also provide great, easy access for problem solving. You've got access to lots of client portals, videos, downloads. You can also make one-on-one appointments, for example, and you don't have to necessarily commute to get there. So those are really, really great. Um, the internet has been made for business. It's for empowering you to continue to do business. By incorporating the right sort of technology and creating an open door communication policy, it's supporting your employees and teams to work collectively. It's possible to continue workflow while being online and remote. So it's wonderful in that way. Uh, whether it's supplying a communication platform to enhance the quality of your appointments, or expediting client communication, going digital doesn't have to be as terrifying and as disruptive. So, for example, today we are connected on a platform called Callbridge. Callbridge is a Canadian company that provides video conferencing, audio conferencing, and seamless meetings. So I can discuss more of that one-on-one with you if you like, but definitely, if you don't already have a meeting conference line in place, please do consider Callbridge. It would be great to have you, and I'd be happy to teach you how to use the platform, and walk through it and give you the support that you're looking for. All right. I hope I'm not talking too quickly. Again, if there's any comments or questions that you have, feel free to add them into the chat towards the right-hand side. Now I would like to discuss some tools and some technologies that can be used for two-way communication, and to basically help you be more cohesive, and have things to be able to help you in your day to day that you might not have known about or considered. So a couple of the platforms that I would recommend, one would be Dropbox. So Dropbox is a cloud storage service where you can store your files, your documents, to be able to have access to them later. To be able to share with collaborators as if you're on a local computer. There's different ways to install on multiple devices and start sharing. So Dropbox is one of the ones I would highly recommend. Another one that I think would be very helpful is Slack. So Slack is basically taking a long email thread out of the equation, and being able to connect with your contacts easily via a desktop or mobile device. We use Slack internally. It's basically like a chatting service, which allows you to meet electronically. It's similar to like email, but instant, it's easy to navigate and integrates well with other services such as Callbridge. Next on my list of tools that I would highly recommend is Google Drive. It's a synchronized service that comes free with Gmail. You can create, collaborate, edit Word documents, slides, spreadsheets, and much more. And plus, you have access to it from anywhere. So definitely, Google Drive is a huge one for us here because of the fact that you can collaborate and do updates live. So definitely check that out. The other tool, which is last but not least, is Callbridge. Callbridge is an expert audio and video web conferencing platform that's private, safe, secure, and get your team up and running quickly and safely. These tools combined together, you are built and ready for success. So, I'll just list them off and I can add them into the chat for you after as well. So that way you kind of have them. So Dropbox being one, Slack is another, Google Drive and Callbridge. All of these combined together will make you feel like you're still in the office, but working from your home office and still having control over collaboration, being able to work on things with your team as you would if you were still in office, of course. All right. Is there any questions that I can answer? Any comments based on what I've already talked about? Please do not be shy. I know webinars tend to be kind of a one-man speaking. On our next webinar, we are going to have a panel of people to be able to give you, some more ideas, be able to share some things that I might not have known of. So great learning experiences for all of us. Communication, I think, has been a worry for some businesses, opening the lines of communication between you and your team, considering some things of how to get your message across to get things seen and heard. Just touching base on things like, I don't know if you've thought about these, but, is revamping maybe your logo, your advertising. Are there any web pages, that need some work? Collaborate with your team. They might have some great ideas of how to make the platform better or how to make the user experience better for people who are coming online, just some things to think about. And we always here at Callbridge, we like to have team meetings where we're able to share our ideas, if any, to make the customer experience better. What things that we've thought of, we've asked our family, friends. So I would definitely encourage, getting as much opinions as you can, because at the end of the day, it's all about being human, communicating, having clients, customers, having our team, our colleagues. It's all about communication. So tools like Callbridge are in place to help you be able to feel like you're doing a coffee meeting or, meeting in person. So, use these tools to your advantage. All right, I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee here since I've been talking a little bit. So, all right. As I mentioned, staying in touch is huge. Some ideas that you might want to think about in your offerings, maybe one, sending personal emails or creating a newsletter, kind of help your clients stay in touch with you and help them, stay up to date on what's going on with your business and organization. Updating your website. I know I've mentioned this a couple of times, but messaging is huge. It really helps open the mind of your clients to what you're offering. Maybe it's time to revamp a little bit, look at the messaging that you have, and kind of see, is it working for your targeted audience? Next is kind of reach out and ask for ideas from existing clientele. I know I do this a lot. I love to get the honest opinions of my clients to see, where I could improve or what I could improve on, or if there's something that, they thought of that I might not have thought of, and then presenting it to my team to be like, this is coming from a client, and that's the most important opinion, frankly, of being successful and running your business. So uh, if you can, offer free appointments and discovery calls. I love having conversations with people who have had on LinkedIn for a while, and maybe have not had the opportunity to speak to them. Now is the time to communicate and get that sort of support and ideas. Even a couple of weeks ago, I had a wonderful chat with a lady that I've had on LinkedIn for a long time, but we've never had the opportunity and just kept pushing it back. But now being virtual, it made it a lot easy to schedule, to meet and to be able to discuss and get her ideas on what she thought. And it's just nice to have an outsider's perspective, because they are honest with you. They're there to help you achieve and be successful. So I would definitely say reach out to people on LinkedIn that you may not have talked to yet, just because it really helps to have an outsider's perspective. They might see something that you had not seen, and I think that that's huge. So all right, for the future, let's say, some tools and tricks that we use here are, having tasks that can be automated to save you time, as opposed to doing things manually. If you can set those up, highly recommend them. That way you can focus on the more important things that you need to get done, that need you to be manual and be present. So tasks that take away from what you really want to be doing, try to have those kind of allocated for a time. So if you've got a task, maybe spend 15 minutes on it, and if you've kind of come to a standstill, move on. Come back to it. It's no point beating a dead horse. Just give it a little bit, or if you can do it the next day, come back with a fresh mind. I think that really helps. If you have been short staffed due to COVID, that's something that has come up a lot. See if you can have the automated process, so that way, and less falls on you or the employees who are still there. See what you can automate, and improve your work process with technology. As I mentioned, there's a few applications that I would highly recommend that have made my day much better, and help this transition of being online and still be able to be collaborative with the team, and be able to work on tasks together as if we would meeting in the boardroom in the office. So definitely use technology to your advantage. All right. Do you have any questions, any comments, or anything you'd like to discuss? I would be happy to, go discuss them. Or if you have any ideas that maybe I didn't think of, please do feel free to share those. Some new ways of going online. Basically, it's your online business model. If you can sell digital products or online courses, uh, group coaching, or even one-on-one consulting is huge now online. Selling like physical products, or even a combination of all of them. It's nice to be able to have tools that we can use now to make our day-to-day better, and our offerings better, I think, being online. And of course, for example, going to the gym. Now that gyms have opened up, it's made it a lot easier. But that transition doesn't have to be as scary as it originally was before, when COVID's first started. So If there's content, as I mentioned, you can look to resources to have paid contact. Ebooks are really helpful. Webinars such as these, which you can sit in and listen and get some tips, would be great. So, all right, let me just go over my notes here to make sure that I haven't missed anything that I wanted to discuss with you. Some actions that you can take to bring your business online and get your business functioning online would be registering on Google Business. Fast track your name and brand on there, gain the visibility that you're looking for, and keep your customers informed. Tweak your advertising where you can, and continue to adapt as things change and as your customer behavior changes as well. Figure out the best way for customer communication. Is there a way that you can generate awareness and get their support? You can use tools like MailChimp, or set up a newsletter, as I mentioned, and reach out to maybe your older customers who haven't been in touch for a while, and try drumming up new business that way. As I mentioned, discovery calls are really helpful, and offering like a first free session, for example. Join forces with partners, with other businesses that are compliant with your offerings or awareness through online campaigns, can really help lead to untapped opportunities that might not have come up before. So I think of like lead generation and a referral system, maybe, great ways to market strategies, and could actually, you can even reach out to influencers, maybe if you're not so strong on the social media. You can use influencers to help you and channel new things and platforms, or channel new ways or use new platforms to your advantage. This one I would say is huge. It's keep on networking on a daily basis. Of course, networking digitally. Before there used to be networking events that you can kind of attend, but now they're all virtual. So it's nice you can do them in the comfort of your own home. But definitely try to attend those, or even host them if you can. If you have a huge following on LinkedIn or lots of connections, you can invite them to have virtual coffee. But networking is definitely one thing that really helps increase your business and help, word of mouth, for example. It's one of the main ways to get business. So think of how many more things could be available to you with the access of having these people, in your circle. You can check out websites like Eventbrite, Meetup, and you can even research associations websites to keep an eye on upcoming events. Next would be start experimenting with collaborative software. So as I mentioned already, Dropbox, Slack, Google Drive, Callbridge, these are all tools to help you collaborate, stay connected with your employees, vendors, even suppliers, and just organize how you reach out and attract clients and stay focused on, managing your projects. Launching your website, that's been one of my main ones that I talked about, kind of revamping. Social media is large as well. You can set up a system to track your clients. You can use a customer relationship management system, so a CRM, to track and manage your clients rather than, having a business card. You can have a virtual business card now. And, that way it helps you with the consumer journey, kind of seeing, building that relationship and seeing where your opportunities are. If, of course, it's not within your budget, that's understandable. Using a project management tool in tandem with a clearly labeled digital filing system that involves filters, tabs, and subfolders is also another option. Keep track of your billing and admin. This kind of tends to sometimes fall through the cracks a little, but stay on top of it. Make the end of the customer journey as seamless as possible with the billing so it can be done swiftly and easily. Stay on top of your invoicing and the client contact information, especially, location, contact info. You can use tools such as FreshBooks to help you with that. All right. Last on my list here is, last on my list here is, just giving yourself the opportunity to adapt and using the resources that are available to you to sharpen your skills. Using training tutorials is definitely recommended. It's really helpful. I like to register for them because, again, there's things that you may not have thought of that will help you bridge this gap of communication. So how is everyone doing? Is there any comments, questions, anything you'd like to discuss a little bit further? Let me know in our chat towards the right-hand side, the second speech bubble down. So reinvestigating kind of your products, your services, your offerings can help you adapt in this changing environment and keep you empowered with technology that helps bridge this gap. So, definitely look into Callbridge if you can. I'd be happy to share some information with you and, show you how to work the platform and have it work to your advantage. So, we're all in this together to help flatten the curve. We're trying to make the best of our circumstances, especially, to increase our opportunities for doing business. So I think that basically kind of concludes all of my notes that I had here of how to help you successfully transition your business online. I will reach out via email and give you a link to some of the resources that I think will benefit you. If you do have any questions, please do feel free to reach out. If you are looking for an online conferencing tool or platform, please think about us, Callbridge. We've got a free 14-day trial that you can sign up for to test the platform. You can add in your team members so that way you can all be on one platform communicating, having meetings. I hope you are all staying well, staying safe. Here in Toronto, it's a beautiful sunny day, which is lovely, but it's very chilly here. Hopefully, someday soon COVID will end and we can go back to normal. But until then, use online internet for whatever you can. Think of, a fresh kind of outlook and, things have changed, but there are tools that you can use to help keep you successful. Thank you so much for being on this webinar today. I hope that this helped, with the tools, tricks, and things like that. I'm very honored to be here and be able to discuss these with you. And again, I'll reach out via email to give you access to all these things that we talked about today. If you have any questions, please reach out via email. Look out for our next webinar, hopefully maybe sometime in February. We'll be on again. But until then, please stay well, stay safe. Don't feel like you're alone. We're all in this together. We'll make it through together, and stay communicating with your team, check in with them. Just the small things count. So thank you again. It was lovely to meet you all and talk to you today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, wonderful rest of the week, and looking forward to talking to you all again soon. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye.